All right, so let's start this broadcast with the big story that we are tracking on WION at this hour. Anthony Albanese is in his maiden visit as the Australian Prime Minister to India. This is the first visit by an Australian Premier in nearly 6 years. The focus is, of course, on shared concerns about China and also deepening trade ties. And today, Albanese met with India's External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar, followed with talks with his Indian counterpart, Narendra Modi. The Australian Prime Minister will also be calling on India's President Draupadi Murmu. Now, the Indian Prime Minister said that security cooperation happens to be a key part of the India-Australia equation. He also added that Quad members are in fact boosting their ties. New Delhi and Canberra are increasing their links between their respective armed forces as well.
आज हमारे बीच मैरीटाइम सिक्योरिटी और आपसी रक्षा और सुरक्षा सहयोग बढ़ाने पर विस्तार से चर्चा हुई। रक्षा के क्षेत्र में हमने पिछले कुछ सालों में उल्लेखनीय एग्रीमेंट्स किए हैं। भारत और ऑस्ट्रेलिया दोनों क्वाड के सदस्य हैं और आज हमने इस प्लेटफॉर्म पर हमारे बीच सहयोग पर भी चर्चा की।
And India and Australia, along with Japan and the United States, remember, make up the four nations of the Quad. The grouping is seen as some kind of a bulwark against China's assertiveness in the Asia-Pacific region, but it is not a military alliance. This is something that's been made abundantly clear. India and China have been locked in an eyeball-to-eyeball confrontation at the border. Chinese jets have been intercepting the surveillance planes of the Americans and also of some of the other nations in the Indo-Pacific in the last few weeks. Australia is due to host a Quad leaders summit later this year. Prime Minister Modi has also mentioned the issue of vandalism of temples in Australia and stated that Albanese has assured that the security of Indians in Australia is something that the Australian government will look after. The Australian Prime Minister cited deep and vibrant ties between the two nations. Albanese said that he has discussed global security scenario with his Indian counterpart. Australia is gunning for a free trade deal following a recent interim agreement. Now, India is Australia's 6th largest trading partner and also the 4th largest export market.
I look forward very much to hosting Prime Minister Modi in Australia for the Quad Leaders Summit in May. Today, Prime Minister Modi and I discussed the strength of our economic relationship, demonstrated by the entry into force of the landmark India-Australia Economic Cooperation and Trade Agreement last year. This transformational deal will realise the full potential of the bilateral economic relationship, creating new employment opportunities.
Last evening, Albanese also visited the Indian naval ship Vikrant, India's first indigenous aircraft carrier. After the conclusion of the India visit, Albanese will be heading for the United States for a meeting with the American President Joe Biden. Now, Australia and the United States are also expected to unveil a nuclear submarine deal that is aimed at countering China's growing territorial ambitions. WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.